Hello everyone, welcome to Toronto Stan here in Ontario, Canada. My name is Eric Brazo. I am the gentleman who brought this book, The Muslim Couple, to the attention of the media. I walked into this Islamic bookstore knowing, as I do, that Islam is a little bit suspect in terms of its ideology and what it teaches to the people, or what it has the people believing that Islam is. It didn't take me very long before I discovered this book, The Muslim Couple. I purchased several copies, gave them to friends, brought them to the police, to one of the MPP's offices, left them, and everyone was telling me, well, this is just religion, and all religions are a little odd, and, what can you say? You got Leviticus as an example in the Old Testament. I said, however, that's not the same. This is a book that is published, reprinted in 2010, sold as a manual, as a how-to. Not as a how-was, but how-to. Beat your wife, not too excessively, but the most egregious, as far as I'm concerned, if it can be more egregious than just beating your wife, is when you are married to a young girl who is not yet capable of sexual intercourse, meaning she's 8 or 7 years old, she should stay with the man and please him in other ways. Play Scrabble, Monopoly, forget about going outside and playing with your friends, stay in the home and amuse the man. That in itself is very sick. You'll notice that none of the media or even the Islamists mention this little chapter in the book because it's very embarrassing, because it does border on, if not is, pedophilia. Now, certain people online, certain Islamic groups are trying to discredit me, saying Eric Brazo is this, he has an agenda, he has a criminal record, blah, blah, blah. Point is, that may or may not be true. However, is that the issue? No, the issue is Islam. The issue is, does Islam condone, advocate the beating of wives? The simple answer, the obvious answer, the real answer is yes. There are many, many scholars in today's world, on the internet, in writing, who are constantly telling Islamists how they should beat their wives, how they're allowed to hit their wives, or if you look at 533 in the Quran, it does talk about amputation of limbs if you were to cause mischief in the land of Islam, wherever that should be. It does not say that you cannot cut the limbs off a woman. However, it does, Sharia law does, however, indicate that the cutting off of the clitoris, is it preferable? Is it mandatory? Apparently there are hadiths where the Prophet Muhammad said to a woman, as it was going to be done, cut off less as opposed to more. It's better for the girl and of course better for the husband. So you can cut off a little bit of the clitoris according to Muhammad. But of course we do know that you can be killed for being un-Islamic. That no doubt is part of Sharia law. Now, if a woman is being un-Islamic in her marriage, can she be beaten? Well, why not? If she can be amputated, if she can have her clitoris cut off, the real Islam is not very compassionate, as you will find if you were to read the Quran. Read any part of 8 and 9, chapters 8 and 9. Of course, there is 9.5, 929, 9111, slay and be slain. Go to 533, that's the chapter and verse that talks about the actual amputation of the limbs. It is obvious that Islam is here in Toronto, and any Islam is actually bad Islam, because there is no moderate Islam. There is only the Islam of the Quran, which is equivalent to a little bit of cancer. Not a good thing. You prefer none. For the time being, this is all I've got to say on this subject. Over and out. Talk to you next time.